Welcome, everybody, to the groundbreaking for the new hotel on the Boulevard. Hooray! You got to understand, this has been a long time coming. 12 years ago, new leadership came on board, took a vision and a plan of a downtown that involved museums, restaurants, entertainment, art, people, and a hotel, right? 12 years ago, this vision started. Today, we are breaking ground on a new hotel that'll bring a new vibrancy, a new opportunity for the Boulevard, a new opportunity for the businesses and everybody that enjoys it. So give a big round of applause to the leadership that made that happen, not only City Council, Mayor, but staff. It's also a shining example of how a community can grow up instead of out, taking what's old and making it new. So we're excited to be here today. With that, I'll introduce our mayor, R. Rex Parris.
I always get to take credit for other people's, creativity, their designs, their hard work, and these guys are responsible in many ways for that entire boulevard. It was the museum and now the hotel. And why that's so important is because we need a downtown that is just vibrant, that every single day it just vibrates. And you created that, and when I first started talking about that, it was like I didn't really believe it myself. I thought maybe I'm pushing too much, but you created it. And now we got this town that I guess a city, that it's a much different city. It's a city we can all be proud of, and I want to thank you for that.
Thank you, Rex.
And this is just a continuation of that. I mean, you got to have a hotel. And the great thing about hotels in Lancaster is they're guaranteed money makers. To be profitable in a hotel, you need about a 45% occupancy on average. And if you have that, you're making money. We're running at 90%. I mean, there's just very few days you can get a room in this city. And so, this is just guaranteed success. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. It is an honor to work with such an incredible city. City of Lancaster, I mean, there's a reason why each and every year when the Economic Development Corporation puts together awards, the City of Lancaster is always on that list. It is because you are business friendly, but you're also community oriented. You recognize what the needs of the community are. And to your point, the occupancy rate up here on hotels shows that in fact you are going to do very well. The Marriott is going to be just fine. And I cannot tell you what an honor it is to represent this area, to meet incredible people that are going to be working on this project. I want to thank you for everything you do. More importantly, I want to thank the residents who really do support an incredible city council that allows these projects to move forward. I hope other parts of the county will take notes and recognize what an incredible opportunity there is when you work with business. And I think we would all agree, working with business benefits not only the community, but also the taxpayers who get enhanced services as a result of that. So we've got a proclamation for the Marriott International, for Midas Hospitality, for InSite Development, who, when you talk about homelessness, I mean, the work that they are doing, working with us to address those that are in greatest of need it's an understatement, the partnership we have, and I think Rex would agree with that as well. So with that, and then the City of Lancaster, I'm going to leave these here, but thank you very, very much for everything you do.
First of all, we do these groundbreakings across the country, and we didn't have to do anything today. The city has taken care of everything. We just had to show up. So the support that you all have shown for this project is phenomenal, and we do not see this as we travel across the country. So we're happy to be here. I'm JT Norville, the co-founder of Midas Hospitality, and we're happy you are here, and we are happy to be here. Midas Hospitality is a leading hotel development and investment firm that puts people first. We focus on, and we own and operate upscale, select service, and extended stay hotels across the U.S. About 18 months ago, so we're based in St. Louis, Missouri. I was driving in St. Louis about 18 months ago, and I got a phone call from a California number. Didn't know who was on the other end of the line, but guess who it was? It was Steve Eglash. took the call. We talked for probably a half an hour about the project and the opportunity, and he was looking for a hotel developer and management partner. So we had a great conversation. We hit it off on the phone immediately, and he was so excited about Lancaster and the boulevard and everything that was happening there. And I listened, and it fit what we did. And so it was a Residence Inn. It was in a great market, and so I made a trip out here. And at the end of the day, we made a couple trips out here to see Steve. He took me a walk on the boulevard. He took me for a beer and ice cream on the first trip. So I don't know that they go together, but he sweetened me up. So our purpose at Midas Hospitality is to make room for people's dreams. And it was very clear from the first phone call with Steve till today. His dream and Scott's dream and InSite's dream was to build a hotel on the boulevard in the city of Lancaster. We are proud to be a partner with InSite and the city of Lancaster, because I know it's also, as Jason said, it's a dream of the cities as well to see a hotel on the boulevard. So it's 18 months that we've been working on it. Steve's been working on it for a lot longer than that. So we're proud to be standing here to make this dream come true. So we will operate the hotel when it opens in second quarter of 2020. So MCC is our contractor, and so it's in their hands right now. So we're hoping that they can push that schedule a little bit. As you heard the occupancy rate, the sooner we get open, the better. So on the site will be a 4-story hotel. It's 107 room suites. It's a Residence Inn Marriott. Every suite has a full kitchen in it, and it has a separate living space. Amenities will include a outdoor pool, a big outdoor living space in the back of the hotel as well. We have an on-site expansive fitness center. We have a meeting room. We do a complimentary hot breakfast every day, and then we also do an evening reception. But the biggest amenity for our guests, what's unique about this hotel, is they're going to be able to walk out the door and be on the boulevard. Okay, so that is the biggest amenity. So to be able to walk out and hit all the restaurants and amenities in the downtown areas is the biggest one. So before I hand it over to Steve, I do want to thank a lot of people that made this dream come true. First of all, I want to thank all the mighty Midas people. We have over 1,000 employees in our company. So they're across the country, and without them, none of this happens for us. 3 of them are here today. Chris Funston in the blue here. He's our project manager overseeing the construction. A little hand of applause for Chris. And then we've got Eric Gettleman and Laura Robbins. They handle our investments. Next, the City of Lancaster. They met with open arms. Midas, obviously, been working with InSite for a long time, but they opened open arms to us from St. Louis immediately. MCC, so Tom Morrissey and his team, Chris, Neil, and Fred. Am I getting all those right? Hopefully. So they're in the back. So we're counting on you guys to bring a home run. So our architectural and engineering group, Gray Design Group, and Antelope Valley Engineering. So Barry and Randy. Barry and Randy, you here today? So they help with the civil engineering. Marriott is not here today, but they will be here for the grand opening. They're super excited about this project and the partnership that we have with InSite. So they promised they would be here for the opening. Nano Bank with Brian Buchanan. And Brian, are you here? Brian, thank you for being here. So Brian and Nano are providing the financing for the project, and happy you're going to be our partners. And last but not least, we had an investment group that have put alongside of us, put a great investment, a big investment in the city of Lancaster. So a couple of those folks are here today. Appreciate you guys being a part of this and taking a risk on Midas and InSite and the city of Lancaster. So with that, we're happy to be here, and I'm going to introduce the star of the show, Steve Eglash.
By way of background, most of you may not know this, but the downtown revitalization of Lancaster was ignited in March of 2001, 19 years ago, when the City Council passed the North Downtown Transit Village Plan. That gave InSite Development the ability to secure the capital to transform an entire blighted street, just a block from City Hall, into a beautiful seniors apartment complex. This transformed a community problem into a community asset. And this is where our great partnership began. But the idea of a hotel, a major branded hotel in 2001 on Lancaster Boulevard, which was a sparse 5-lane, 50-mile-per-hour highway, was unthinkable. But several years later, in 2010, the city completed a new walkable streetscape. It was a brilliant idea. It became an award-winning phenomenon. It was called the Boulevard Transformation, and it was the golden age of downtown Lancaster was born. We enjoyed a renaissance of major renovations and new construction in the downtown. To name a few, there was the Boulevard Cinemas, Arbor Lost Apartments, Sagebrush Apartments, our Beck's Complex, and our crown jewel, MOA. Many milestones. As a result, business owners and entrepreneurs came from all over LA County, including the Palmdale Mall. The transformation became more than just a collaboration of businesses. It became a community, a town square. And what we have now is what every decent-sized city in America wants, an urban district. My partner Scott and I believed that business travelers also want to experience the urban district. And we believed that yes, we had a great downtown, but to be a really successful downtown, it needed to be anchored by a great hotel. Well, thoughts are powerful because in 2016, we secured the perfect site with the acquisition of the Union Bank building and its adjacent land. We went on to convert the bank building to a small shopping center. And guess who wanted in? Starbucks. I'm glad we built them a long drive-through because our hotel guests are going to need it. We now had our land, and in 2017, we had our brand. As JT spoke about, it's not just any brand, it's the Residence Inn by Marriott. And I will tell you that they are the gold standard in extended stay business travel, or as those in the hotel industry say, the category killer. The hotel industry is very specialized. And we had our land, we had our brand, and in 2018, we had our man, JT Norville, and his talented professional staff. So, good story? You bet. I got about another minute and 17 seconds I can talk about the hotel. The Marriott Residence Inn of downtown Lancaster, sounds pretty good, will be a modern design. It will speak to the qualities of the desert and the aerospace industry. Exterior materials will include white rock to match Starbucks, slate-colored brick, and steel awnings. We will be introducing a new titanium-colored metal that will give us a distinct modern look. This material will be featured prominently on the front of the building, but also the sides and the back of the property. Our lobby. Our custom-designed lobby will be tremendous. Some highlights are a pedestrian entrance right off the boulevard when upon entering. Guests will have numerous choices to relax, and a grand living room and fireplace overlooking the pool. The public space art will be vintage photos and murals of our rich aerospace history, curated by Andy Campagnoni and her team at MOA. So, now we just have to build it. but they will come. So, just an acknowledgement to the City of Lancaster, to our Mayor, Rex Paris, Vice Mayor Marv Christ, and our City Council. Thank you so much for the incredible impact you have made in so many ways. Really, without your support, we would not have made it. There would be no hotel. And to Jason and your staff at the city, thank you for the incredible job you guys do for implementing the city's vision.
You know, before I sit down and before we go out and do the groundbreaking, Ron Smith is here. The initial idea back when we were young was his idea. And he was the one that got Lancaster City Council to come up with the idea of the rhombulus. Yeah, that was his creation. And I think we'd be remiss in not thanking him for that. The other thing I'd like people to be aware of is, you know, not only are we the most business-friendly city in LA County, we're also the most labor-friendly city. And there is nobody in the history of the country that has been able to bring those two together. And I think I'm probably most proud of that we have I mean, we really are. If you ask the building trades who their favorite city is, they'll tell you it's us. And the reason why that's important to me, because I think people should have mortgage-paying jobs, and I think people should have health insurance, and I think people should have a pension. And this is an easy way to make that happen, is to figure out a way to bring labor and business together. And so far, we've been successful at it. And, you know, the other part of it, though, is every day I keep waiting for them to kick me out over it, because it's not easy. But we have a lot of people working on it. And Marvin, that was you that made that happen. Thank you. Well, let's go break the ground, get the party rolling.